I'm going to wait for the song to end, and then we'll start.
Please enjoy this feature presentation of the Crooked River Radio Network. This program is rated for all audiences.
Four Guys on Sports is sponsored by CrookedRiverRadio.com. Crooked River Radio is an internet radio station that is live 24/7 playing top 40 hits from the 60s through the 80s. You can find us on Live 365, Simple Radio, Roku, Radio Garden, and even Alexa, as well as our website. Come on and join us on the Crooked River.
Good morning, wait a minute. There we go. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, and how is everybody?
Doing all right.
And how about them Browns?
Wonderful. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you gotta be happy, Nate.
Yes, sir. They look like they, I don't know if I should be happy or sad, but I'll tell you why. I'm trying to figure out how can I not tell? How come I can't tell the difference between a backup quarterback and a starting quarterback?
Because that backup quarterback is probably just about as good at this point, anyway. That backup quarterback, I don't know if you realize this or not, but he's been to the Super Bowl.
He played a really smart game. Played a very good game.
Oh, I thought he did for what it was. I thought he did tremendously.
Yeah,
that team actually
managed the game. That's what it was.
That team actually showed a lot of heart in that game. They came together, and they came together with whatever they had left, and put it on the field, and really did a hell of a job.
Look, Dearness Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
He has just earned himself.
Yeah,
time. And the thing is now, man, look, if they use those three, oh my God, they're gonna be murdered. But you know the scary thing is,
but
okay, now what's gonna happen, man? How you gonna keep this guy, man? He's been found out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought it was if between him and the defense coming together, that defense it was the best it's played all year. And I thought
they played pretty good.
They played good at Kansas City, but I think they did just as well here.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of sacks, but it was good defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good defense.
Yeah, good defense. Not the game Chicago type game defense, but it was good.
But
I was really shocked.
They came together and they actually played. I was impressed with that. That showed a lot of heart, and even clear to the end. That flipping Dearness Johnson, man, I couldn't believe what he was doing. He had a chub day.
Mm-hmm.
I love his game. He's like Kareem to me, but on a different level. Even like Kareem is creative. You know, Chubb is just a beast. He's strong.
Yeah.
But Kareem is creative, but Dearness Johnson, man, he's creative to another level. Man, he's shifty, man, and elusive.
Well,
And
the nice
fast.
part
Oh,
about it is nobody's really got any video on him, and that's
Yeah.
what helped him out yesterday or Thursday
I
night.
think so too.
There ain't no video on him. How do they know how to defend him?
He-
With Chubb now, even if you've noticed the last 2 or 3 games with Chubb, they got video on him, and they've gotten to where they double and triple team him sometimes. And
Johnson has been on this team for like 2 or 3 years though, so there is actually video on him.
but
Yeah.
not much,
But-
not enough
yeah.
to defend against him. Can you turn your camera on, Erik?
Yeah, sure.
I would appreciate that.
How you doing, Erik?
Good. How about you?
All righty.
All right. There goes Erik. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
definitely different starter video than just game footage video.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Anybody that's listening and watching today, you can actually call us. Now, we've actually got an actual working phone line. Number is 440-372-4688 if you want to talk to us during the show here.
Yeah. Come
Um,
on in.
I actually spent the last week diagnosing the phone problem here, and it came down to a couple of things, and I ended up having to buy something in order to get it to work. So I'd love it if you take and actually call in now. We can get you on the air, and it will go out over everything. We actually tried this out the other night. But anyway, back to the sports stuff.
So I was really taken with that game. I mean, it was an amazing game. And
They said that the quarterback Keenum had 199 yards, I think, and wasn't bad for the first. That 199 yards is about equal to what Baker was putting out. I think his averaging was about 226, wasn't it?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had the yards though. Like to Shawn's point there, it was a truly well managed game from the quarterback position. So that 199 yards, those were very meaningful and tactical yards. So man, they just done a tremendous job.
We've actually got now, and heaven forbid this dilemma. We've actually got what was it? Green Bay, or there was a team a couple of years ago that the quarterback got knocked out, and the backup came in and ended up taking them through the Super Bowl. Philadelphia, that was it.
Philly.
I loved that. And that offensive coordinator on that team should have he should go down in the record books, because he was nothing but aggressive in that Super Bowl. That was probably one of the best Super Bowls I ever watched.
I think that was the head coach that was calling the plays though for Philly that year. And even Reich, who was the offensive coordinator at that point, is now the head coach over in Indianapolis.
All I know is that was probably one of the best Super Bowls I ever watched, and it was just kick ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
I
quite
don't
put
know
them
if,
up there right there yet. So.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do all that. It would be cool, but yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, that's a real that's far reaching there. So a lot of aspiration.
So we don't have Gordon today. He had to work.
Yeah, he had to work today.
Wimp.
Yeah, go make some money. So you can buy him some more of
Yeah,
that.
he's
The L gear.
he doesn't have it. We need to straighten out his priorities.
Yeah. You come back with some more L gear.
But we do have Erik Nannarone, the my co-host on I Hash Eggs and Football, which is actually going to get it's getting a new name here, probably within the next week or so. We're going to change to Sunday or Monday nights at
7
at
p.m.
7 to 8. And it'll be pretty much the same show we've been doing, but we're actually going to have guests, and also
Calls.
we're gonna take calls and stuff like that.
Okay.
But that's hyping that a little bit.
Have any of you watched any of the NBA?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it's a little.
I would be wearing that hat there, Nate, the way they're playing right now.
Stinking up the place, aren't they? Infighting, can't get a call. I mean, it just looked awful. It did look pretty bad, but you know, I mean, I'm not surprised. To be honest, I think most people have very lofty, goals for them. For some reason, man, to me, I'd be shocked if they got out the first round. I mean, that was even before the season. I just don't see that as really a good team. I don't see.
Yeah, I just don't think they're.
Yeah.
The chemistry isn't there, and I've heard. Doesn't Westbrook play for them too?
Yeah.
I've heard that where he's been, there's been issues wherever he's been, like chemistry.
I don't know if that's really. I don't think that's the case. He seems like a great guy, but I don't even think it's a chemistry issue. I just don't think they have the requisite talent. I don't. I think those guys, they were all nice. I think their heyday, man. I think it's past. I just think they're, maybe flips, that prime period. And for some strange reason, Bron still continues to play well. He's not playing at his prime, but he's playing well. But that's not going to get it done. AD, for some reason, he hasn't looked very good for a long time. Even the first game they played, though he had 30, I wasn't all that impressed with that 30 and 10 he had that game either. I was more impressed with LeBron's because of the way he's shooting the ball. But you're not going to win in this league with two players playing. More than that. And DeAndre Jordan, he seems like he's aged 5 years in the last 6 months. He looks awful.
Rondo getting hand slapped by a fan. That was
still
crazy.
looks pretty good, but I don't even understand their philosophy in the starting line. Of course, they got some hurt players. Bazemore looks awful. They just don't look good. I mean, it's not even really a chemistry issue. That's I'm sure that has something to do with they're still learning one another, but I just don't think they have the at this point. I don't think that team is very talented. I think they're all past their prime.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that along the lines of the Cavs too.
I was just gonna ask, what do you guys do? Any of you follow the Cavs?
They're not impressing me. That game the other night they played at home didn't impress me whatsoever.
Honestly, I think it's time for them to move on from the general manager and head coach, because the general manager has proven time and again that he's not good. And then the coach has been a head coach around the league and has never led teams to the playoffs. He's always been kind of the stopgap coach or the in-between coach.
Yeah.
So...
But they do have a good they got a good rookie though. That Mobley kid though.
Yeah, Mobley. But the problem is the other guys aren't really developing. The coaching isn't good enough for them to develop correctly.
And there's a lot of rumors around them trying to get rid of Sexton.
Oh yeah, and get Ben Simmons, which at first when I heard that I thought it was a good idea, but I'm not really sure now if Ben Simmons, with all, I've heard he's been causing trouble in Philly and got suspended. So I'm not sure if that would be a really good move for the Cavs, but...
No.
I think it would be a good move, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know what the Cavs have. I mean, Unless they're gonna give Philly ownership of the team.
Uh-huh.
I don't think they got enough. I don't think they got enough to get Ben Simmons. But that was
Draft picks.
They would try to duplicate what they had during the LeBron era. But Ben Simmons, he has some of LeBron talent, but he's not enough like LeBron to lift that team much beyond where they are. So they need him and a whole lot of.
That's the sad part of building some of these NBA teams, the way they build and that. You build around one player, and that player gets knocked out or something like that. And where are you? That's happened even in football. That's happened to that's happened to San Francisco. It's happened to what is it? I think it was Chicago that had that happen. Your main player gets knocked out, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean,
look at Dallas last year with Dak going down.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when Brady was in with the Patriots, if he would have went down, their backups wouldn't have been ready. Like, they wouldn't have played to the level that he did. They might have made the playoffs. They would have never made that many Super Bowls.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Maybe we can use that as an excuse for the Cavs. The Cavs, after LeBron left, thought, well, we'll just give it to Kevin Love.
Yeah.
And
first mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look how that turned out.
Yeah.
Kevin Love was okay. I mean, but Kevin Love was who he was. But that's the whole thing. You have the stars.
When he played.
You got the superstars.
The bad part of it, you couldn't get him to play.
Yeah, that's
you still
the
can't.
biggest issue. He's hurt and he acts childish when he does play. There was issues last year where he cost the team big time because he was acting childish.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. All right. So, in terms of the football, we got a couple of games coming, that we're looking at for college today. I think Buckeyes at Indiana.
I am so excited. I got to record it though because of the time it comes on. So Boston plays this evening at 8:15. Their kickoff.
Oh yeah.
Record that and watch that later. But before we go there, I want to talk about this. The Titans game.
Oh yeah.
Erik Henry. Oh my God.
Beast mode there.
Goodness, man.
That dude is unstoppable almost.
My goodness, man. He's an animal, man. Man, it's incredible to me. I mean, first of all, a 250-pound back, man. It's like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he's mowing down people.
Jeez. Man, did y'all see that game?
Nah, I seen bits and pieces.
I didn't catch any of it.
No, I didn't catch any of it either.
Oh my goodness, man.
What when it comes to NFL, what do you guys think about maybe them moving? Which they haven't talked about it, but I think they should moving the Thursday night game to Saturday night. Because right now with the Thursday night game, they don't have enough time to heal up from Sunday to Thursday.
I'm going to tell you there's a problem with trying to move that to Saturday. Then they're not going to do that because of college football. Exactly. If you ever notice when they do play games on Saturday night, there is no college football there.
Yeah.
And they're not about to do that. I'll tell you that. I don't.
Well,
they're going to leave Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night alone, or Friday night and Saturday night anyway.
Friday night.
Friday night you got high school, and Saturday night you got college.
I don't think because high school's not as much.
They're not
televised.
going to bother it. I'm telling you right now, they're not. They haven't bothered that Friday night football for ages.
Hey, if you come down to Texas, high school football is a religion down here.
Yeah, I've heard that.
You got football stadiums down here for high school that are bigger than college football stadiums.
Well, put the crap teams on on Saturday night where they're only like the out of Texas teams where they're really gonna only get watched in their market anyway. Or is high school football widely televised down in Texas?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It could be up here.
I wish it was more up here.
Shit, they got stadium. There's a high school down here in Allen, Texas. Their stadium is it was built. It was a $60 million stadium, and it holds up to 20,000 people on it.
Wow.
And,
Hell, that's bigger than what Akron U's got.
yeah, it's bigger. It's almost as big, if not bigger, than Akron U's. That's crazy. Which is crazy.
It's twice the size of the baseball stadium down here in Akron.
Yeah, and you got that in Allen, and then McKinney, Texas, which is just south of or just north of there. They're actually building a stadium about that size too, because it's just that much of a boom down here for football.
And they actually do show the high school showcase. Comes on, at least they show a high school football game once every 2 weeks. It's on TV. It's not televised, so yeah, you actually do see that on TV.
You see it on TV and YouTube down here.
So. Like up here, unless you have Spectrum cable, you're not getting high school football.
Yeah, it's not as big as it is down here.
Now they did show a couple weeks back. They showed the Medina and whose game did I tell you? Medina and something. They're right.
Yeah, Medina and who the hell? Mentor. Yeah.
So they showed that game, and of course they probably showed it, of course, because that quarterback was coming out. He's a top 10 player in the country.
Yeah, Drew Aller, or whatever his name is for Medina.
He's going to Penn. So he's going to the Nittany Lions, and so he's a big boy too, man. He's already like 6'5", 6'5" or 6'6".
Was that on ESPN?
No, that was on. I can't remember what station that was on, but that was part of the high school showcase. So they
actually had that on one of the local TVs, Erik. It was on like 3, 5, or 8. If I remember rightly.
They must have on their highlight show. They must have.
If I remember watching that.
I know. My buddy Tim's stepson plays for Mentor. So.
And that was pretty much nationwide there.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad for
Ohio.
Ohio.
They show the football showcase. I don't know if it's once a week or I think it's every other week. They'll mix it up because this past week they had the basketball game there.
Yeah.
So they'll kind of mix it up with that high school showcase.
They're about I think the last high school game is played. I think now they're starting into the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. And I know we're at the end of the end of the high school season anyway.
Yeah, I know they play the championships in the first weekend of December, but yeah, the last game of the season was yesterday.
So I wonder who in Akron is going to be in the the big game up there for high school is the Turkey Day game. Who's going to be in that Thanksgiving Day game?
I don't think they have the Turkey Day game anymore.
Oh, have Turkey Day game anymore?
Yeah, that's been a while back that they got rid of that.
Wow.
The City Series games, championship.
Wow.
If I remember correctly, but I don't know.
Yeah, that was a big time.
Usually back when I was going to school, it was usually booked on Garfield.
I know they combined a lot of those high schools. They went from like 6 or 7 down to like 3 or 4. So a lot of those rival high schools are now one.
Yeah, I know. I remember. I hear it's Garfield and Kenmore combined right now. So
Hmm.
Wow, Garfield and Kimmel combined.
yeah.
Wow.
I think Firestone might have combined with someone. Pat, can you back me up on that? Do you know?
I don't know.
Um,
Wow.
Yeah,
I have to admit, I was a little distracted. What was the question?
I know some of the high schools in Akron combined. Do you know which ones? Because, like Shawn was saying, Kenmore and who did
You got Stowe, Monroe Falls.
Well, that they weren't two though. They've always been one. They've always been one school district though. But no, I mean down in the Akron City series.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I guess the population is getting smaller, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a shame, but hate to see that happen. But
Give it a couple of years. You're going to have the pandemic babies, and population will go through the roof.
yeah, you know what? You said something that ain't nothing but the truth. I do believe that too. I think it's going to be a lot of pandemic babies. Be like
You've had this through history. You've had your baby boomers. You've had Generation X, and you can have pandemic. Anytime people got to stay at home alone, and stay, the family unit stays together, there's going to be babies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
I think we better drop that before it gets any worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other topics that we were going to talk?
All right, so you were going to talk about some of these college games, John. So
yeah, and we got Ohio State, Indiana tonight.
so with that being, I heard briefly somebody threw out there, said Heisman hopeful C.J. Stroud. So
Yeah, he's been hot though.
C.J. Stroud, being invited to New York. Can you see that? I mean, he's starting to look good, but I don't know if it's looking
Heisman level yet. No, personally, I don't think he's ever gonna be Heisman capable or talented enough for the Heisman, but who knows?
Numbers are really good the last couple weeks since he's been off of injury though.
I think he.
But
I don't
look at the level of competition. Sorry for cutting you off, but look at the level of competition, Shawn. Like
Maryland
and Rutgers. That's low level Big Ten.
Yeah, but it's not like it's just like the manipulation. Same thing like Alabama got their butt spanked, and they only went down from 1 to 5. Ohio State was at, what were they at, 2 or 3 when they initially went?
And they ended up at 15 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man.
That's the bias to the college football right there.
Yeah, Illinois lose, man, and they drop way outside the top 10. I'm like, so, yeah, I'm sick of the bias. Alabama snuck up the place, and they should have dropped down further, but at the same time, C.J. Stroud, in terms of his performance, I don't think he'll win the Heisman this year, but he's playing well enough to me, progressing the way he's progressing. I could see him being a Heisman candidate sometime in his college future.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a comment that was made on our Monday night show, our Monday show. We had actually had Jason help me with his last name, Erik.
Oh, Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah.
What's
Jordan
his
Gold.
Jordan Gold. Well, he's a
news producer down in South Bend.
And he follows a lot of college and that football. And I mentioned something about Ohio State losing the second game. And he says, that, a lot of, as far as style points and stuff like that, he says, you're better to lose in the beginning. and just win out from there. And I'm wondering if that's not going to be effective as far as this. This is the reason I brought it up. As far as the Heisman thing for Shroud, he was crap in the beginning, and who knows? By the time he gets to the end of the season, he might be seasoned enough. You got to consider this. This is his first year, and he's a freshman in the league. How much do you expect from something like that?
Right at the top, in terms of touchdowns to interception ratio in college football, I think he's got 18 touchdowns to 3 interceptions.
How much can you expect from that?
Yeah.
He's looking real good. In fact, Ohio State's looking real good. So.
Yeah, they got 3 true freshmen that are in the top 5 true freshmen in the country right now. That's,
I'm curious to see
Stroud,
how everything.
Henderson, and
I think out of everybody on the team that's Heisman capable, it should be Henderson. He's had an unbelievable season.
Yeah. I'm interested to see though how things gonna play out. If they're going to allow Ohio State to creep back up in that top 4 to secure a potential playoff spot or not. It's going to be difficult considering they never put Alabama behind them.
Yeah, you got to consider Ohio State's offense is ranked number 1 in the country right now. And that's saying something, with how they started out.
Well, you make a few changes here and there, and you can do that.
Yeah.
But their offense the offense looked okay. It was that the defense initially looked so awful.
Yeah.
But
the defense is starting to get better.
Yeah, it's looking way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping they can creep back up in that top 4. I think they deserve to be in there. I think that they shouldn't have put Alabama at 5. But when they lost, to me, when Alabama lost, Ohio State was playing better ball. There's no way they should have been resting in front of Ohio State.
You got to consider,
It's the SEC bias.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
SEC over everybody. If you're an SEC team, you're going to be ranked higher than anybody.
Yeah, because I know right now Georgia looks like the best team right now in the country because their defense is just stifling. And then Cincinnati, which is the surprise right now, it's doing pretty good.
Yeah, they're looking real good. And actually, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember Joe Hamilton played for Cincinnati?
No, I don't remember.
Well, my son plays. Joe plays football with his kid, and he played football there at Cincinnati. And so once you played there as an alum, you get free tickets, they get season tickets and whatnot.
Yeah.
So he had went up to watch the last game and come to see this week to see the next game. But I know he's excited and they're doing really well. But I wonder too, are they going to really play politics, with Cincinnati when it gets down to crunch time? Yeah. Are they really going to let Cincinnati, stay ranked that high?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
Speaking of Cincinnati, they've had a really good season. That's surprising. Seeing what Luke Fickell's done.
Yeah.
Down there.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's just real happy right now.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
okay. Crushing, and you got the Bearcat doing their thing. So
yeah. I got a question. Who you got? Ed Ogeron getting being left out after this year from LSU. Who's going to take that LSU job? And one name that keeps coming up, I think would be a good fit for him would be Fickell.
I don't know if
That
he's
defensive
ready to. I don't know if he's ready to be big time or if he can handle. Like, Cincinnati is still a smaller level school. I don't know if he can handle yet big time um, SEC. I know he was only at Ohio State for 1 year, but he clearly couldn't handle it back then.
Yeah, but once you elevate a team, to that it's not a Power Five, it's not a Power Five conference, and you elevate that team up past, those Power Five conferences like that, man, it's a lot to be said for that. So
you got to consider.
ready as anybody.
Look at Notre Dame's coach. He came from Cincinnati, Brian Kelly.
But has he really done anything great at Notre Dame? Yeah, he's been there for a long time. But has he ever led them to a playoff or top 5 finish?
Yes, he has.
Okay.
And he's the winningest Notre Dame football coach in their history right now, and he just passed New Rockney's record.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's consistent.
Okay.
I got a name for you that might take the job. Once Urban get bounced.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Urban.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up. There is a team that's actually worse than Jacksonville.
Jacksonville really, they really didn't even win that game. That was luck. Because wow. But
well, a win's a win any way you look at it.
Yeah. I still don't understand the trajectory, the changing of trajectory on that kick that tied the game. How that changed from about 5 feet wide right and curved back in and made it to tie the game. I don't understand how that happened.
Well, that game was over in. Was that in the London game or no?
Yeah, that was London.
Well, the air patterns are different over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it wouldn't follow typical U.S. stuff.
Yeah.
But it probably got hit by a gust of air.
How that kick was, though. It was just, it's like somebody blew it on that football to go in.
Yeah, I guess the football guys was with Urban, wanted him to get a victory. And he looked so shocked too, his reaction was delayed. He had a real delayed reaction to, like winning. He was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was kind of the same way he was responding when he was getting the lap dance.
Yeah.
That's bad.
But yeah, so it was good though, man. And I'm kind of glad he got him to win.
Yeah.
He got got those Ohio State Buckeye connections going on there, so it's okay. It's all good.
Well, he could end up, with any luck, he could end up with 3 or 4 wins, and that'll keep his job there.
If he doesn't keep his job, another school to look at is USC.
Exactly.
So, and I could see him going to the West Coast versus going to LSU.
LSU, I think the name that keeps popping up though for me would be the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers, Joe Brady.
Oh, Joe Brady, yeah.
Because he's the one that led them when Burrow was there.
Oh yeah, because once he left, they've done really nothing. Well, and Burrow got drafted, but I think he would have led. If he would have stayed, he would have led them to another championship with as offensive coordinator and quarterback coach. But Orgeron couldn't get a good replacement. By the way, did you guys, when it comes to Orgeron, have you guys seen the clip of or heard the clip of him on his call-in show when somebody pranked him? Because I know we have that somewhere.
Yeah, we were, Gordon and I we were discussing doing a little mock interview with Ed Orgeron interviewing Bill Belichick.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Because just the way they both talk,
Yeah.
The mumbling versus the mumbler.
Yeah.
The mumbler versus the water boy, farmer guy.
Yeah.
I think that would have been hilarious.
Yeah, that would be.
I know we haven't, aren't ready yet where we're talking about picks yet, though. But I gotta I do gotta introduce this to a little bit. So, what side of the fence are you on regarding the Ravens versus the Bengals?
Oh man,
I think it's going to end up being the Raven or the.
I think it's going to be the Ravens winning that one.
Same.
The way they're playing. Lamar's
Aren't they like 5-0 now?
5-1.
5-1.
And Lamar just has more talent than Joe Burrow, and Lamar has a better offensive line. So,
are you kidding me?
Oh, have you seen anything Cincinnati's played, Nate?
Say that again.
Have you seen any of the Cincinnati games yet?
Yeah.
You can't tell me that he's got that Burrow has got a line that's going to protect him against Cincinnati or against
Baltimore.
I don't think he. No, I would.
There ain't no way in hell.
But I don't think that Lamar has a line that's going to really do much for him either. I think that he's going to scramble like he does, and Burrow being the stud that he is, I think the same thing over there. It's going to be. I think it's going to be a very entertaining game. Yeah, I don't see Burrow getting sacked all day. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I see it being a really close game.
I kind of think that from what I watched of Cincinnati, Burrow still has got zero protection as far as the people that should be protecting him, the guards and that. And it's so easy for people to get by them, or for the opposing teams to get by them.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get sacked. There ain't no question about it as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. I haven't watched anything as far as... in fact, I just watched one... I watched one Baltimore game, and that was when they played out there. I think it was Vegas, and they got beat in overtime. Wasn't real impressed with them either, but then again, they were against a West Coast team, which everybody has trouble with them.
What do you guys think about Baker Mayfield going out and leaking directly to a reporter about his injury, like behind the team's back? Do you guys have a problem with that? Like, I personally think he has a right to that. If he wants to let the fans know that the team is covering up a serious injury, I think he has a right to.
Well, the fact that he didn't play is enough of to make it questionable for me.
Yeah, I think that obviously, man, if you're not going to help your team, if you're and he was according to the reports, he was contemplating on playing. I'm like, this is serious. I'm like, play so you can lose. You play the way you've been playing, you're gonna lose.
Well, he detailed it that he also has a fracture in it.
Yeah, so you know what? You can go out there. Yeah, and the thing is while it's not his throwing arm, but it's in his mind that I'm hurting, and so I'm sure it's bothering. It's interrupting, the way in which he plays. But at the same time, when he was well, he wasn't playing all that great. So I think that Baker gets a pass now, because he's hurt, and this is the best thing to happen to him.
All
He
right,
gets
the next
on the sideline and
since
learns.
since we're talking about Baker and his injuries, what's going to happen with the contract? Are they
I
going
don't think
to
it's going to affect
are
it.
are they going to extend? Are they going to extend him? Are they going to give him one?
I think they
No.
love Baker, and I don't think it's going to change it much because they've already pretty much. I mean, it's clear, the way they think of Baker. Look at all the commercials. I mean,
Well,
he's like
commercials and that are one thing, but
yeah, but that's like, man,
if
that's
they would
usually
have,
I mean, that's usually to somebody, I mean, he's got stuff going on like he's,
if they were
Baker's a
100% behind him, then why why haven't they extended him yet? Why haven't they given him a 5-year whatever contract?
Hey, I'll give you an example. Look at what they did down here in Dallas with Dak. They didn't extend him until the very end. And look
Yeah.
at what it's done,
Tell you what, the way Dak's playing, that would really make them look bad had he taken that elsewhere and performed that way.
Yeah.
But it worked out for Dallas,
Yeah.
Whether or not it's going to work out for Baker and Cleveland, we won't know until that time.
Yeah.
But
And now all of a sudden, if he starts getting showed up by a second string quarterback,
I don't know if Case Keenum's got that kind of ability, but I will say this: he definitely didn't stink up the house. I mean, consider this guy's been sitting on ice now, man, for what, a year and a half or 2 years or whatever, however long it's been since Baker took the spot. I mean, he's been sitting on ice, man, and came in and won a game with a shorthanded team.
Yeah.
So he done a marvelous job. I don't know if that's something that we could, I don't know how much you could count on seeing that again. Now, if he does that a couple more times, might have to start thinking about things.
But you also have to consider his competition. Denver, yeah, they got off to a 3-0 start, but look at who they were playing. Like, they were playing garbage teams. They should have got off to the 3-0 start. But now they're coming back down to earth.
Well, one could actually argue that Cleveland should be undefeated. Kansas City is garbage.
True.
Thus far, I mean,
right now too. I'm not giving any excuse. I'm not giving any excuses right now. But Cleveland does have right now a lot of injuries
right
too.
now they're beat up. They're beat up.
Oh yeah.
And they got all beat up Sunday and had to come out and play Thursday, so they didn't have a lot of game prep time.
Well, from the last I heard, there was 20 people on injured, or that were injured or on injured reserve for that game Thursday.
But you know what?
That's a lot of people.
And unfortunately, they lost probably one of their best defensive players, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the rookie from Notre Dame.
Yeah, he didn't play.
He's on IR for 3-4 weeks.
I can't help but think, man, look, what's going on with the training staff?
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, once same thing with the race. Once you got these teams, once you got man, you got too many people hurt. I mean, you got to start looking at some things. I have to start looking at training staff.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, they had to be partially responsible for that. Your one job there is to make sure these guys are physically strong enough and stable, and to the degree that you got like multiple cats getting hurt, man.
I mean, and their training staff is run and supported by one of the best hospitals in Cleveland. University Hospitals is their hospital provider for extra support. So there's no reason they should be where they're at with so many injuries.
When both your running backs go out for basically the same problem, you got, I think that's a training issue.
Or it's your strength and conditioning. I think it's more your strength and
Because
conditioning.
both of them are
But that's related to your training. I mean,
True.
and think about it. I mean, look what's all. Everything is hurt. Your receivers are hurt. Your running backs are hurt. I mean, you got defensive folk. I mean, they got so many people, key players, hurt until I don't know, man. Your quarterback is broken now, and I know we can look at it and say, well, hey, that happened in the in the heat of battle, but still, I just don't know, man. It just makes me think because there's so many. It's like something going on with, and I know they should be mostly responsible, if not at least 50% responsible for their diet, but some of that comes from team philosophy, and that comes from training staff, in terms of how you stay fit, how you stay ready, how you stay, stable, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
According to Mary Kay Cabot from the Plain Dealer, she says Baker needs 4 to 6 months to recover. I don't know if you guys covered that before I jumped on, but I mean, Baker's gonna be out for the season most likely.
Yeah,
So-
they were talking he might be able to play through the season and then do the surgery after.
But
yeah, that's what I had been hearing too.
But couldn't that really mess things up and make it worse?
well,
Like-
it could probably
It's already worse right now, so
Yeah.
it just
the mess his stock up. Well, if he comes in and he's losing, versus hey, if you put Case in there and Case is able to win, I mean, why in the world would you want Baker in there losing? Because at the end of the day, it's for the good of the team. So
Well, from what the reports I've heard, he had a tear in the labrum of his shoulder, and that there was also a bone that in this last game there was a bone that got chipped because so basically it was a broken bone there too, and that's why they kept him from playing Thursday night.
I know both Donovan Peoples-Jones and Denzel Ward had MRIs yesterday, the day after the game, on injuries. So I don't know where they're going to be at.
And yet, this next game coming up a week from tomorrow is Pittsburgh. This should be interesting.
it's a tough time to play Pittsburgh, isn't it? But isn't it funny?
yeah.
Isn't karma something else? Think about when Cleveland got to spank Pittsburgh initially. They were without their quarterback, and so now the tide is flipped. So
Well,
now,
I guess we'll see.
now.
But I'll tell you what, I'd take our backup quarterback over what their backup quarterback was when we smacked them.
But we still beat them in the playoffs, and they had Roethlisberger back then. Or they had
Ben was
Roethlisberger
there.
in the playoff game. So
I'll take our backup quarterback over a lot of them.
yeah. I mean, Dwayne Haskins is better than Mason Rudolph, but I don't know if he's better than Case Keenum.
I think he is, but I don't think they're going to play him. I think that they're going to keep rocking with Roethlisberger.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would agree. I'm just saying if Roethlisberger were to go down, it would be Haskins, and I think he could do good, but I don't think he'll do as good as what Keenum could do.
I guess that'll be a week to see.
Yeah.
Let's drift into the picks. We're gonna let you pick for Gordon this time.
I've already got his picks written down anyway.
Oh, you've already got his.
Oh, you already picked him. You know what?
You already picked him last.
Now that ain't fair. He's not here. We got to give him other picks.
Look. Yeah, and let Erik pick again for him. And just in case if Erik wind up not faring as well, then
yeah, we got to count Erik's if he doesn't do as well.
All right. Yeah, because Gordon right now is in the lead still in terms of the overall picks right now. He's got 63 wins, and then you know, Nate and my dad have 60, and I have 59. So
That Browns game killed me. Or there was another game, I can't remember what it was now.
Actually, the that Jacksonville Miami game got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that killed me.
the Jacksonville Miami game, I was the only one that picked Jacksonville on that one.
I should have.
Luck shot. Oh man.
Yeah, it was an interesting week last week.
All right,
All right.
let's get into the picks. Go ahead, Shawn.
All right, let me just bring up the picks here. All right, the first game is Washington at Green Bay.
That's an easy one.
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah, I'll take Green Bay.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
All right, then next one is KC at Tennessee.
Oh, that's going to be a good game there.
Yeah, I'm going with Tennessee.
It depends, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Can Patrick get in a groove, or will Derrick Henry, look like Jim Brown from back in the old days again?
Yeah.
Man.
I'm going to have to take Tennessee because I actually do like them over
Yeah,
KC.
I do too. And Kansas City is, I think, without their top running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So.
Who did Gordy pick?
Tennessee.
Did he obviously like Henry. I'm sure he loves Henry. Man, can we come back to that one?
You want to come back to that?
Yeah, come back to that at the end. I'll have it at the end. I got to think about that, man.
All right.
Oh, come on. You know you want to take Tennessee.
The problem is I think Tennessee's going to win, but I want to take KC. But the problem is, KC's been falling apart. They're actually going down to me. They were able to pull it out, last time, but they're going down.
And they are actually at Tennessee.
Man.
So they're going to Tennessee.
And Derrick Henry is unbelievable. Man, I'm going with Tennessee.
Okay.
Man, that's bad.
I knew I could talk into it.
No, Henry's just a beast, man.
Yeah.
It's like, man, jeez, 250-pound running back.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. The next game is Atlanta versus Miami.
Wow. Bottom feeder against bottom feeder.
Yeah.
Atlanta for sure because they have Matt Ryan and I don't think Tua is good.
I heard the rumor going around down this way is
Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson going to Miami.
Yeah, that was supposed to be done by the end of the weekend, from what I heard.
And then Tua and Tua not going to Houston, but the rumor is going to Washington football team.
Oh, really? I didn't hear.
One rumor I heard.
Wow.
All right. So I got Atlanta on that one.
Put me down for Atlanta. Miami can't even beat Jacksonville.
Bottom feeder.
They're not going to beat another bottomer.
I guess Atlanta.
All right.
Miami's just the bottom of the bottom, man.
All right. The next game is New York Jets at New England.
I'm going
New England for sure.
Man.
What are you taking, Nate?
New England. But you know what? New England's interesting. They seem to play to the level of talent that they're playing against. They play very well against Dallas, very well against the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
You know, and it's interesting. They seem to be playing to the level of talent.
Well, it is the Jets and it is Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
So,
But,
and
still,
the Jets are
like,
going. They're
like New
playing.
England.
They're playing at New England. I'm going to take New England by 3.
Yeah.
Like that.
All you gotta say is it's the Jets. That's where that statement ends. It's because they're not good.
All right, the next game we got on the board is Carolina at the Giants. I've got Carolina.
Isn't what's name still hobbling? Ankle big as a doggone. My God, big as a doggone. Whew, grapefruit, man. He's done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Saquon, man. Whew, man, that was
Saquon
crazy.
is done. That doggone ankle's huge.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's taking the Giants.
No, I'm taking Carolina.
Carolina.
All right, put me down for Carolina.
All right, the next game then after that is the Bengals at Baltimore.
Oh my God. Two of my favorite quarterbacks, man. They're gonna be going at it.
Unfortunately, I think it's gonna be the Ratbirds.
Yeah, Baltimore has a better defense, man.
And they're playing in Baltimore. They're playing in Baltimore.
Baltimore has a culture. I mean, they play rough and tough, man. They some rough riders. For real.
Yeah, and just when it comes to culture, I don't know if Taylor, the coach in Cincinnati, will ever be able to build a culture.
I'll tell you.
They're playing well though. I just don't think they have enough. I just think that Baltimore's defense is going to be enough to to move them past.
Where it actually absolutely pains me, I'll take the Ratbirds.
Okay.
I don't think Cincinnati's offensive line's good enough to beat them.
All right, the next game then is Philadelphia at Vegas.
Vegas all the way.
Vegas.
Who?
Vegas all the way.
I just don't know what Vegas is going to do under that new coach. But
they came together and beat the hell out of whoever they played last week. And it was because of they came together for the coach.
But is that gonna stand? Like, is the momentum gonna carry over? That's the thing. So I have to pick against Vegas on this one.
I'm going Vegas on this one. All right. Next one game then is Detroit at the Rams.
The Rams by 50.
Yeah, the Rams.
Matthew Stafford versus Jared Goff matchup. The two quarterbacks they got
traded for each other.
Traded for each other. So but I'm going the Rams anyways. Yeah. That West Coast team, Dad.
Yep. Give me the Rams.
All right. The next one is Houston at Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Everybody's in.
They'll beat them up as bad as they beat the Browns up.
If not worse. All right. Chicago at Tampa Bay.
You know what? You know what? Here's what's crazy. First of all, yeah, Tampa Bay's gonna win, but it's not gonna be as bad as people think.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot better than what people think.
But you're going Tampa.
Yeah, who's playing? Is Fields playing for Chicago again?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's playing.
He's playing well. They just don't have enough to win.
They don't have an offensive line either, so I go Tampa.
Yeah, I'll take Tampa on that one.
Okay. All right, the next game after that then is Indianapolis at San Fran.
San Fran.
Sunday night game. San Fran.
Yeah.
West Coast teams.
That's gonna be another close game.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be as easy as one would think.
Then, but I'm going San Fran on that one.
I'll take them too.
What's his name's playing now? Because in Garoppolo's still out, right? He's out, right?
Man.
Oh,
Trey Lance.
Yeah. Trey Lance, thank you.
All right, then the Monday night matchup is New Orleans at Seattle.
Ooh. And Russ is out, right? Still?
Yeah, he's out still. He'll be out for
so
I don't think Russ being out is really the issue though.
It's Carlin, right?
They just don't have enough.
Because I know Russ and the running back, Chris Carlin, were both out last week. I don't know if Carlin's going to be back this week or not, but if he is, that offense.
I don't know.
Eh.
I don't know, because I mean, what's the name's actually, hey, backup man. He's a decent quarterback.
Then
He just got other issues, man.
Yeah, I think you got the Jekyll and Hyde team with New Orleans though.
Yep.
Yeah.
This year. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm inclined to go with Seattle, man.
Okay.
What the heck?
New Orleans.
New Orleans is. I mean, because I don't have a problem. It's not the quarterback their issue. They just don't have enough pieces, man. But they should be able to beat New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take New Orleans, or I'll take the Seattle.
Okay. You got Seattle also, Erik?
No. I'll go New Orleans.
New Orleans? Okay. Man, that's a tough game there to really tell but New Orleans is going to Seattle, so I'm going to go Seattle. Just because of the home field advantage, too. All right, then you got the Thursday night game. Arizona at Green Bay.
Oh, my God. What a game, man. What a game.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Arizona versus.
I know your brother picked Arizona, but I think
I know why he picked Arizona. Arizona's hot. Dang. Oh, my goodness.
Judging between the two teams that actually played Cleveland, I'd almost have to take Arizona on that one. Arizona was a tougher team, at least it seemed.
I don't think that Arizona will get some of those. The officiating will be the same way playing Green Bay.
Although, who did we say?
It's actually being played at Arizona, so.
Who did we say Arizona played this week?
Houston.
Yeah, they got a bye this week.
No, I'll take Arizona then. I was going to say if it was somebody tougher than that, I might have been swayed, because it is a 4-day later game.
Man, that's a hard game. I just think Arizona's that good, but they do have to lose. So at some point here, they got to lose games. But
yeah, I think this will be the game that they lose. I'm going Green Bay.
And I'm almost there. I'm almost there with you, man. But I'm gonna have to. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with Arizona. But this could be a game that they could lose.
What about you, Erik?
Arizona.
Okay.
You know, I think I figured out the real reason that Gordon's not here. Because Pittsburgh's got a bye week. He figured he could take one too, because he didn't think he was going to hear.
Pittsburgh sucks. Pittsburgh sucks. Pittsburgh sucks. Pittsburgh sucks.
Interesting fact with today's college football games. There's no games between teams that are both ranked. I was just going through the college football schedule for today, and there's no games with both teams ranked.
Man.
I'll tell you, if you bet any or if you do any of the parlays or anything, this week as far as college football, from what I've seen, I'd go with about every pick on the parlay, because it's I think it's going to be pretty accurate with pretty much all of it. I'd be surprised if any of it was switched around. This probably I seen that a couple of days ago, and I seen the picks, and it seems like everything on the picks is probably the way it's going to end up.
Well, I hope that Ohio State beat the brakes off of Indiana.
Yeah.
And I hope they beat them by at least
Ohio State, I think, was picked by 21.
Oh yeah.
I hope they win by 30.
Does Indiana even have a good quarterback this year? Does anybody know? Has anybody?
They've had their issues with their quarterbacks.
They started off being, where they were being talked about pretty fair.
Yeah, they're 2-4 this year though. Their 4 losses have all been against the ranked teams though.
We cover everything today.
As long as they don't write that ship against Ohio State.
Damn.
What do you guys think of the baseball? Have any of you watched any of the baseball playoffs?
And this is odd. I have not watched any this year.
Cleveland's not in it.
No.
Nah.
I haven't either, but the good news is Boston got eliminated. So now hopefully LA gets eliminated, and it's 2 mid to low market teams in the World Series, because it would be Atlanta versus
Houston. Houston won.
Okay, yeah, Houston. So
It's gonna be interesting. Alrighty.
Well, I think we're about ready to wrap her up, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
We appreciate everybody for listening and tuning in and
thanks
watching.
for having me, guys.
And thanks for coming in, Erik, at the short notice that you got.
You're welcome.
When I didn't get a response, I thought, well, he's either coming in or he's not.
Well, I had just gotten back. I was out, and then I had gotten the message. I'm like, I'll just jump on.
Well, we're glad you did.
Yeah. Thanks again for having me. Talk to you, Pat, tomorrow, and Shawn if you join tomorrow.
Okay.
And see you, Nate.
Sir. All right, Erik.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for this afternoon. We want to thank again for everybody tuning in with us. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live or any of the other social media things, find a way of giving us a like or a comment. We do love everything we get. We do have a Facebook group for this show. Look us up. If you're getting us off of YouTube, please subscribe and give us a like there. It's always appreciated. Next up for us on this particular network, as soon as my dog shuts up. Next on this network is going to be Radioactive tomorrow night from 7 to 9. Always interesting stuff there. So if you get a chance, give us a tune in, and we'll see you then. Y'all have a good week, and Nate, you behave yourself down there. Shawn, you too. And we'll see you next week.
Sir.